Just wanted to put this video out real quick. So tomorrow the Battle Royale comes out, and I just want to put some predictions down as to what I think it'll look like. Now, we know it's going to be duos and quads only, which a lot of people have been really sad that solos aren't coming out. My personal stance is I don't think solos would work in this game, and a lot of people are saying it's not as team-based as everyone thinks, but if they set up this battle royale like I want them to, then it will be. And that is for there to be one person per class, so class locked. Class locking will make the game feel more like a team-based game instead of people just running around as support. I really hope they don't just let everyone pick the same class, because then it's just going to turn into basically Warzone. And I don't want this Battle Royale to feel like Warzone. I want it to feel like something new, a different experience, hopefully. So hopefully it's one person per class, because that will still work for duos, because duos will have to either pick like support engineer, support assault, support recon, that sort of thing. So there will be differences between different teams, which will be cool. Now, vehicles, to quickly kind of touch on those, I haven't seen any confirmed information which vehicles will actually be in the Battle Royale. We know that we've seen the tanks. I don't remember if we saw an attack helo, but my whole thing is if jets are allowed, specifically jets, I don't think attack helos are that hard to deal with. I just don't. Um, Attack helos destroy other attack helos. Jets, who are, pretty good at the game, destroy attack helos, so I just don't see them being a really big issue. But if the lock-on glitch still exists, specifically helis are really gonna suffer from it. Jets not so much, because they could just fly up to the skybox. And the fighter jet currently has its own lock-on glitch with the anti-air missiles that I cannot show you because they technically do not exist. They only exist in certain game modes. And if you don't know, the lock-ons for this jet are currently bugged to where they just go through flares and do not give you an actual lock-on. They give you a lock-on warning, but when the missiles are then fired, there is no warning for the missiles that are locked onto you. So either way, you're screwed if the jets get them off on you and you don't have any cover to duck behind, which is pretty rare, especially in a jet. So if that glitch still exists, even in multiplayer, I'm pretty sad, because I wanted to get into flying again. I'm currently level 23 on this, and I wanted to do a lot more, but I found myself getting really frustrated by dying to so many of these bugs. As is, the attack helo basically dies to anything in this game. It's made out of paper mache. Most of the handheld rockets one-shot it, and if they don't, they disable you to where you're basically crippled unless you have your quick repair off cooldown, and even then you're usually dead anyways. So in this vehicle, if you get hit by something, you are usually dead. That's just how it is. But to step away from the vehicles, because I really just don't have that much information on them right now. But something that's, more important is what weapons are gonna be meta, right? So in multiplayer, the SCW right now is ridiculously strong, and that is simply because it has the fastest TTK in the game right now. That is until beyond, I want to say, 15 meters. And then the TR7 then beats it out. The TR7 has the fastest TTK in the game all the way out to 70 meters, which is insane. Now, that TTK really isn't usable. I should say it's not usable at all, due to the fact that what you can see, the precision stat is horrible. This thing has the worst bloom in the game, I'm pretty sure. So you're not really using that anyways. But it is a two-shot headshot, as you can see. Now, as you know, even though TR7 two-shot headshots. It only has 30 rounds, and most weapons in battle royales favor you having a steady TTK instead of the fastest one with more ammo, usually. Now, when it comes to SMGs, it's usually just whatever kills the fastest, which is why I think the SCW-10 is probably still gonna be pretty top tier. Yes, the Vector also has a ridiculous TTK. You get even less, rounds per damage pretty much, so there's really no reason to use it over the SCW-10, at least is what I'm thinking. Now, P90 could be really good, who knows? It has a pretty fast TTK, and it has 50 rounds, so, it could be pretty good. You'd want to just use the MP5 over that. GCX, obviously, another good one. Most of the SMGs you can't really go wrong with. The multiplayer really doesn't have like a steady meta. Most of the weapons in this game are good, and you can use them to beat most people. But I just wanted to go through and kind of estimate what I think will be crazy. The Novo, probably pretty good. The AK-4D, also very good because this weapon has a really good range. So I do think this is probably going to be a really good pick for your mid to long range engagements. Same with the cord. The cord is just ridiculous in this game. If you really don't care about TTKs or anything, you can just go with the cord. What do I think people will actually pick up? I still think people are going to be using them for a lot just because it's pretty versatile. However, I don't think you're really going to be getting that many multi-kills with it. What I do think people are going to be using is a lot of LMGs, um, pretty good TTKs, lot of rounds, good range, not that much recoil. This is probably what a lot of people are going to go for. My personal favorite is this one, just because you get a 60 round mag, but it's in a assault rifle configuration. This thing also just really doesn't have any recoil. Its bloom is pretty bad, but most of the LMGs have pretty bad bloom. This one doesn't really have any bloom, but it has a super slow fire rate. But who knows? Maybe it could be really good. I have no idea. Really just depends. Same with the RPK. If this weapon doesn't get looked at, SVK, I think this will probably be the strongest weapon besides, people just being nasty with a sniper rifle, right? Because this thing is a one-shot headshot in multiplayer, and it'll probably take like 4 body shots to kill someone in Battle Royale. So I do think this is probably gonna be the best weapon in the game, at least for your mid to long range engagements. In my opinion, most people are gonna be running SMG and then this DMR. That's what I think. Maybe a combination between, LMG, carbines, assault rifles, but that is kind of my prediction. Tomorrow's update is really going to show us whether or not we're getting a long-lasting good game, because there's a lot of bugs in this game that need fixing, and if they aren't fixed tomorrow, I'm going to be very disappointed, along with a lot of other people. So yeah.